Hello and welcome to part 2 of drawing on this cardboard box. For anyone who hasn't seen part 1, I will leave a link on the screen in the top right hand corner now. And this is the follow-up to that video. Last time I went, as you can see, with machinery and cables and things like that. It's always just improvised or kind of freestyle doodling, and this time I wanted to do fabrics and organic kind of mutation material as well as some machinery. So I've labelled this project file Organ Textile Machine. Probably what I'll call the video, I'm not sure. It's fun. It wasn't as easy as I wanted it to be. Sometimes doodling is really easy and I just have to follow the lines and just go with it. With this, I was really trying to steer it towards these three subjects and balance the image. So here I introduce the machinery, and you have to consciously do that. I quite like when I don't have to consciously think about what comes next, and I can just let one mark inform the next mark and go with it. But when I'm trying to achieve something like this, where I have three topics that I'm trying to inject into the piece, then yeah, it's going to take a bit of guidance, which doesn't make mean it's not fun. It was fun and it was quite quick, to be honest. It didn't take me very long to draw this. Adding a hand here, which is what I'm doing, was quite a fun element that was easier than I thought it would be when I started making the decision, because again, it was a conscious decision to go, should I actually do something identifiable as organic material, or should I make it all kind of blobs and lumps and things like that, which I could have done, but I think I need to start introducing some either human or animal elements into the pieces, because that will just ground the blobs and the goop in something which people can identify and relate to. That's my thought process anyway. And then for the machinery, I quite like, I can freestyle machinery a little bit and just think this curves here, but then it's got a button there, and then it's got a ridge here, and it locks into this piece. And I quite like some of that. That can be quite fun. And I didn't do loads with the fabric. I should have done more, really. I just did a big, a big drapery, a big piece of drapery going down from, as you can see, the center right down to the bottom, spread all over. And I need to work on that, really, and work on different fabrics and different thicknesses of the textiles. But yeah, for the first piece, I mean, I quite like how it works out. It's just, I suppose I'm critiquing it because I'm reflecting now upon how I've managed this piece. Up until this point, I was just glad that I'd managed to get it done and liked how it had balanced the two sides together with the line weight. And I'm still feeling that same thing. When I'm at the piece of, the part of this drawing where I'm doing cables like this, I'm feeling like the hard work has been done. And it's a case of filling in the negative space. So everything that doesn't have detail in it now needs to have some kind of design or suggestion of something, but the main subject has been covered. So that's what was in my mind at this point. I thought, I've got the machines that's behind the arm, that's leading down to this network of bones and strips of flesh that are behind this either curtain or cape or cloth or whatever it is that is cascading down to the bottom of the picture plane. And then I thought I should have a source for the fabric, so that's why I've done this in the top left. So I thought maybe it's come from there, from the very top here. So I do it from the very top, and it kind of comes down like a waterfall. It comes through everything. I don't know if that's clear communication in the imagery, but that's what I wanted it to look like. You can't always achieve everything as clear as you'd anticipated when it comes to doodles like this, because there's no sketching underneath, there's no thumbnails to work out the concept. It's just going for it and seeing what works out. But I do quite like that style of success and failure being all part of the same piece, really. And I think it does have elements of both in this piece. I know I might sound a little bit down on it. I'm actually not. I quite like the fact that I've got this finished. Sometimes I take a long time to get pieces like this, just a decision made on what I want to do with it. And from what I remember, I don't even make decisions. I just decide to go for it regardless. And with this one, it was just that I wanted to get it done before leaving it too long, because as I said in my previous videos, I want this to be a return to the inking that I do on this channel. So I thought this has to be a commitment now, which I do. Whenever I can do drawings, I need to push them out and make sure they're at least try to make it weekly. So that's the idea now, is to try and do a weekly video where I ink in something. And it's just so much easier for me to draw on cardboard packaging like this than anything else. But I will try to vary up some of the videos. Maybe not in style of drawing, but in maybe the surfaces or the size or something like that. I don't know, or even the shape. I'll see what I can do. I've tried it before and fallen short, but I think that was due to the actual demands of doing a larger piece. I think I just fell short of actually achieving something decent on something that's a larger scale, because it just takes longer and it takes up a lot more of your mind and effort to try and come up with where things should go and what you should put in where. And I don't really have much time to think when it comes to things like this, because I'm trying to just draw it, but it still tires me out doing it. It's weird because it sounds like it's not fun. It is fun, but I'm so tired afterwards. So anyway, it's filling up quite nicely. As you can see, I've got up to the top right and left corner and down to the bottom. So now it's just filling in these little gaps in the spaces there in the centre and on the centre lower right, or lower centre right I should say. That's the parts that really stand out to me as empty space. So that's what I'm thinking, is just cables, wires, machines, anything that can fill that space comfortably and naturally to make this look balanced and interesting as a network of different materials. But yeah, and I do like how the wires offer that contrast of thickness between the other parts that I've drawn. And as nice as it is seeing just a single line weight, just like with the previous piece, on this box and the previous piece that I uploaded, I decided to get a thicker nib and finish the piece off, which I'm glad that I do, because I like the single line weight for some things, but I think when it's on the second side of a box that I'm hoping to stick together and have a look at what it looks like when it's finished, it needs to really complement the first bit that I've done. And because the piece on the left has thin and thick black lines, in a different style than this, but this needs to have some aspect of that going on in my mind. So that's why I thought I'll just put weight onto certain parts of this. And initially I thought, right, it's going to be the bottom line and it's going to be the shadow hits on the right, and then that just doesn't stay consistent. I don't know why, I couldn't remember it, or I just couldn't commit to it. So the shadows just went wherever I felt they could naturally sit and suggest either a weight to the object, or just suggest a shadow line, or something to kind of lean it in that direction somehow. And sometimes they're side by side, like it is at the machinery aspect there, where one part of the machinery has all the shadow on the top and the right, and the other one has it on the top and the left, which is a shame that I couldn't commit to one, but that's just how it worked out. And I don't think it's ruined the piece at all. I think it's just, it wouldn't work as an illustration as a commission unless somebody paid me to do actually this for them, but it works as a doodle. I think it's quite nice. So I enjoyed making the piece, even though I've been grumbling the whole time. I hope you enjoyed the video too. Now let's put the box together.